You want me to wrap up Ludwig, like as a whole?
Yeah,
The whole thing?
the whole thing.
When I was about 9 years old, I played this Korean MMO called Maplestory. There are these slimes you could kill in an early area of the game that dropped an item called a squishy liquid that sold for like 15 mesos, which I thought was a lot when I was a kid. But in my love for squishy liquids, I created a character with Captain tacked on to squishy. I'm 25 years old. I live in North Texas with my girlfriend and 2 cats. 2 years ago, I got my first job as a software developer, and I worked there until last month when I finally got sick of my job and left. My name is Captain Squishy, and this is a day in the life of an unemployed ludbud. I usually start my days out now with a shower, and then I say good morning to the Yard Discord and catch up on a couple channels. In college during the summer, I used to flip my sleep schedule to be more awake during the night, which I'm doing now, so I wake up pretty hungry. We're going out right now to go get some lunch to start out our day. It's a nice day here in Texas, but it's still pretty hot outside in the high 90s. Today we're going to a restaurant called Yoshi Shabu Shabu, which serves a type of Japanese hot pot. The basis of the meal is that you're given a plate of vegetables, meats, and sauces, and a boiling pot of broth. While we're waiting on the food to come, I thought I could teach you guys something fun. Fold your chopstick wrapper in half twice, then fold it once long ways, pinch the edges into triangles, and then dent the top in a little, and you have a little chopstick holder. Shabu shabu kind of translates to swish swish in Japanese, which is the sound that's supposed to be made when you swirl your meats around in the boiling broth. It cooks pretty quickly in a couple seconds, and then usually I'll take a piece of cabbage with it and dip it in some sauce, and then you're good to go for a nice little bite. After the meal's over, you can cook some noodles to have with the broth flavored with all the meats and vegetables you just cooked. At this point after I finished lunch, I realize it's already almost 3 o'clock, so I should do something productive today. We're gonna go to a Korean supermarket called H Mart, which features Korean, Japanese, and Chinese foods. I'm picking up some meats, rice, and side dishes for tonight's dinner. My parents used to take me here all the time when I was young, so I've become quite fond of shopping here to mix up the weeknight meals. After I got home, I put away all the groceries and decided to play some fighting games. Guilty Gear is the first fighting game outside of Melee that I've taken seriously and really like. Here's a quick round of me playing some online. I'm the big sword samurai dude. Aside from Guilty Gear, I still play a decent amount of Melee. I've been playing for about 7 years now, and I used to play on this JP White controller, but recently I switched to a box controller, but I'm still getting used to it. I've been playing for about 7 years now, and being involved in the community led me to find out about Ludwig, but in a roundabout way. I first saw Ludwig commentating with Slime at Smash the Record 2017, and I thought to myself, man, this Slime dude is funny. A couple months later, Smash Summit 5 was held and they aired a segment called Slime on the Scene, which got me to be a big Slime fan. I followed Slime on Twitch in early 2018, but he didn't really stream all too often. I sometimes check the categories of my favorite games on Twitch, and Ludwig was actually streaming my favorite Pokemon game, Pokemon Emerald. I thought the Ludlock concept was so awesome, but I kept asking myself, where have I seen this guy before? A couple weeks later, the Scar vs. Fendi Salty Suite was scheduled to happen, and who else but Ludwig was on stream? I'd forgotten he was in the Melee community. His commentary that night was so funny, and I wanted to see if he was doing anything else. The literal next day, the first episode of Off the Sticks aired. Ludwig and Slime, I'm all for this. Ludwig started streaming more Ludlocks, Melee, and some early types of just chatting content that we know and love today, and then he went full-time streaming. My 15 minutes of fame was submitting this on an Amazon stream.
A $200 Visa gift card plus $6.95 purchase fee. I just want to say, chat, before I start the voting, this will end the stream. I'm not going to use my veto. I will not use my veto. The stream will be over. Voting ends at 30 seconds. 3, 2, 1. I can't believe you fell for it. Obviously, I was going to use a veto. I have 800 viewers. Are you out of your mind? I'm going to farm this for all the content I can. Oh, thank God. 1,500 ladybugs?
It's almost dinner time, so we're going to start getting our rice ready. We're going to wash it a couple times until the water stops being murky and gets to a nice and clear color. And we're going to make sure that we fill it to the right line, which we did not. We need 1 more cup of water in there, and we're all good. We're going to set that to cook, and we'll leave that to do its business. In the meantime, I'm going to pet my kitties. This is Mori. She is a bit shy, but she's a sweetheart. And this is Sakamoto, who just loves being pet. We adopted them at the start of 2020, and I'm so glad we did because they gave us a lot of love in a tough time last year. Alright, it's time to start cooking. We're having crispy pork belly tonight, so I'm chopping up some garlic right now that we're going to toast later. We're going to put the pork belly on the pan and season it up on one side, and we'll season the other here in a little bit. Also, would you look at who's streaming while I'm cooking? We're going to give these a flip, season the other side, and watch more Ludwig. We're going to start cutting up the strips since they're almost finished, and then we'll let them fry for just a little bit longer. I'm going to give it a little taste test for seasoning, make sure everything's okay. Delicious. Alright, now it's time to plate everything. We're going to set these on a paper towel so all the grease doesn't drain onto the plate. Then we're going to toast our garlic real quick. After that's done, our rice is finished as well, so we can just start plating everything now. We have some toasted garlic, kimchi, and samjang, a fermented soybean paste for sides. Wow, that looks real tasty. After dinner, I watched Ludwig do some more band forms and then play Jump King. Well, I turned my girlfriend into a weeb in college, so now we're catching up on some anime. This season, we're watching Sunny Boy, Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, and that time I got reincarnated as a slime. In college, anime actually replaced IRL TV for me because it was easier for me to access without any paid subscriptions, and now I've seen over 200 anime, so if you need a recommendation, hit me up. If you want a general one I've been telling people recently, check out Odd Taxi. Shoutouts to the Toph Discord. I swear it's not just some furry shit, it is a very well-written mystery featuring animals as the main characters, but done in a very, very well done way. The other I believe I could recommend to you right now is called Link Click, which is actually a Chinese animation. It's a sci-fi thriller. Well, I'll just let you watch the first episode. I'll usually watch Lud on my other monitor while I'm scrolling Twitter or doing other random things on my computer. Ludwig is actually still streaming right now, so I'm watching him while I'm writing the script for my day in the life video. Actually, this is getting to be a bit too meta, so I'm going to move on to the next segment. At this point of the night, if it's not Friday, Ludwig's done streaming, and there's not anyone else that I really watch that streams this late, so I like to put on some music and dissociate on my couch for a little while.
After I snap back to reality, I'll usually play more video games, typically a single player game with a good storyline. That, or I'll hop back on my computer and watch some YouTube. After I realize it's past 4 a.m., I decide once again that I should try and get back on a normal sleep schedule and head to bed.
You want me to wrap up Ludwig, like as a whole?
Yeah.
The whole thing?
Whole thing.
You want me to wrap up all of Ludwig? He means so much to me, and I really do think he's important, but you're asking me why? Now, I get he's not my friend, but to me, the content he makes is for those who might need one. I've been watching Ludwig for over 3 years now, and I can't tell you how many times I've come home from a shitty day at work, and Ludwig goes live and puts a smile on my face. To have someone so genuinely funny and kind and passionate about entertaining people is a real blessing. I think he's fostered a community that is capable of becoming the friends that people are looking for right now. So Ludwig, if this ever reaches you, thank you for making some bad days a little brighter.